Good morning, good morning. Waiting for y'all to come in. There's some people. Good morning. You guys, oh my God, what a weekend, right? So quick reminder, Daisy is on vacation this entire week, petting cows in Texas. I could not be more jealous because she picked the best time ever to get the hell out of Dodge, right? I mean, I took a 3-day weekend, and the weather here in Indianapolis was absolutely perfection, and I knew it was gonna be, and I'd looked forward to it like absolutely all week long, thinking I'm gonna disconnect for 3 days and I'm gonna get a break from all the news and the chaos and the COVID. And then wouldn't you know it, it became the most news-filled weekend ever because of these riots. And I'm contrasting that word, by the way, with the word protests, because protests are great. Riots, not so great. And so I'm sure that you guys are all as angry as I am about those, because it was absolutely shameful what we saw happening across the country. Right here in Indianapolis, I mean, our downtown was absolutely ransacked. Stores were ransacked and the riots were absolutely out of control. Thankfully, it's been much better over the last night or two, but it was really, really bad. And it gets scary, you know, when you start seeing tweets and stuff from like Antifa who are organizing and saying things like, hey, let's go hit the suburbs now and take what's ours. This is what Antifa is saying as they organize everybody. They're saying, let's go into white suburbia and take what's ours, as if anything that I have worked for is anybody else's but mine. You know what I mean? And so it gets really scary when you start thinking that the riots are gonna come to your own home and to the homes of other innocent people all around you. It's disgusting. And I had some conversations with some previous acquaintances, coworkers over this weekend that we're gonna get into, Rob and I are gonna get into on our radio show today, which by the way, 9 to 11 Eastern on WIBC.com if you're not right here in Indy with us. But we're gonna be getting into some of the more personal sides of this whole catastrophe that happened over the weekend. Some debates that I got into with people that I wasn't expecting to get into. We're going to be talking about some really great words that came from one of my best friends in the world. And if you haven't read those, you can go to our website, chicksontheright.com, and check those out. I cannot tell you how much I miss Daisy because it sucks doing these videos alone. So I'm going to get a little bit closer and just see what you guys are saying, because I see a lot of commenting coming in. Yeah, I see everybody saying how ridiculous this is. Providence, Rhode Island on fire. Dennis, gosh, it's just ridiculous. And you know, I just wrote a post this morning. The founder of BET, that Robert Johnson guy, by the way, the first black billionaire with a B, he is demanding that we spend $14 trillion on reparations. What? Can you... What in the world? You people out there, all of us American citizens, I guarantee you that not a single one of us knows someone who is personally a slave. And I also guarantee that not a single one of us knows someone personally responsible for slavery. And yet this guy, who obviously did just fine without reparations, became the first black billionaire. He's demanding that we all pay more money in taxes to the tune of $14 trillion to pay back what's been done to black people because of something that took place, that ended actually 155 years ago. Tell me how that's going to improve the racial divide. Can you guys imagine? Can you guys imagine if, say, Joe Biden gets on board with this idea, becomes president, has a Democrat Congress that approves $14 trillion in reparations? How is that not going to enrage white people, right? And make the divide feel even worse? Because we're all going to be expected to do something to pay for something that we've never had a part in. It's just unreal what's happening in our country right now. Absolutely unreal. We're going to be getting into that a whole lot on today's show. And man, this was one of those weekends that I just wanted to like do nothing, right? And get totally unplugged. And I could not tear my eyes away from what was happening across the country. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, right? You probably all did the same thing. Let me see some of your other comments. Yeah, that's exactly right. The BET guy is nuts. He is nuts. Yeah, and you're right. Let him pay for it if this is something that's so meaningful to him. By the way, Bernie Sanders, I wish Daisy was here to go, why you gotta bring me into this? But if Bernie Sanders is essentially encouraging these riots because he's saying that rich people have been looting from the poor for 40 years. Explain the logic of that. How are rich people doing anything other than creating businesses, creating opportunities for more people to have jobs? And that apparently is not enough. By the way, they also pay like what, 95% of our taxes anyway? So it's not enough though, guys. It'll never be enough. What else are you guys saying? Yeah, I know. I hear you. Everybody's like, yeah, he should be the he should be the one paying out of his own pocket for all this nonsense. The Black billionaire is Robert Johnson. He is the founder of the Black Entertainment Television Network. And yeah, so that's who that is in case you don't know. I know we get people watching these Facebook Lives from absolutely all over the place. And thank you, by the way, for doing that. And so you all are impacted by what's happening in different ways. I mean, there are some cities, obviously, that are harder hit than others. And it's absolutely crazy what I'm seeing and how senseless it all is for people to be destroying property and stealing and assaulting other people. This does nothing. And in fact, George Floyd's brother, by the way, this was supposed to be about George Floyd, remember? He has been utterly forgotten in this. No, this isn't about George Floyd, what's happening right now. This is about selfish, radicalized people who just want to steal. That's all this is. Has nothing to do with honoring his memory. And his brother is coming out and saying the exact same thing. Saying, this isn't about my brother. My brother was peaceful. This is purely animal insanity is what this is. And it's just so disheartening to see how much of it there is, right? I mean, that's the worst part of it all. Good morning, St. Louis. Yes, Twitter took down that Antifa tweet. They took it down completely. So many people got screenshots, but yes, Twitter, I think, suspended that account, and then others are now cropping up. But I mean, the organization is taking place on Facebook too. Tell me how there are pallets of bricks just magically appearing in all of these downtown hotspots. They're just magically appearing, pallets of bricks in non-construction zones that are totally coordinated, you guys. And it's totally, of course it's Antifa. For the people, this is what kills me. We got Justin Timberlake, we got all kinds of celebrities who are all, I'm gonna send money to bail out the protesters. And then at the same time, they're saying the ones that are committing violence are white nationalists. So explain to me why a celebrity then would want to bail out a white nationalist. You can't have it both ways. And why, if you're bailing out peaceful protesters, would they have been arrested to begin with if they were peaceful? So none of this makes sense. Celebrities are being totally hypocritical. The people that are organizing this and putting out the bricks for everybody to use as their, window breaking devices, they're in like coordinated, I can't breathe t-shirts. Tell me how those t-shirts got made that quickly without organization. And that's the scariest part about this, is how well organized these rioters are. We should all be really scared about that. What else you got going on, you guys? You got any questions? Yeah, there are people dying now, and you're not going to hear their names. There's cops getting shot. I think that happened in St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken. There's more people dying. None of it matters. George Floyd no longer matters to these people. This is all about how many Louis Vuitton bags can I steal out of this store to personally enrich myself and take advantage and use this as an opportunistic moment for myself. That's all this is. Yeah, I'm seeing you guys say that you're hearing about places where there were bricks left. I mean, it's just insane. A house was burned down with a child in the house. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can't deal with how insane this is. Yeah, black cop killed during the riots. It's incredible what's happening right now, and so well organized. We're going to be talking more about that on the radio show this morning, because a good friend of mine had a lot to say about that, and he's way smarter than me. Hi, Rob.
Hi.
Come on over. You want to say hi to everybody?
Sure. Hang on.
I mean, we haven't had anything to talk about. Like, there's really nothing going on. So, anyway, Rob and I are going to be doing the show on our own today. And I don't know that we're going to be doing a live every day because it's just weird without Daisy here. I don't like it. And so I may just check back in with you later on in the week to get ready for her return next week. But in the meantime, because this has been such an eventful weekend, oh my God, you guys, guess what? So I live in this suburb, right? I live in Carmel. Come on, get closer.
Hey, yeah.
I live in Carmel, which is like it's constantly winning awards for like the best, small town ever. And it's a really nice town. And the mayor of our town yesterday, out of nowhere, decided to threaten that he was going to sue Minneapolis for the costs of protecting Carmel.
That seems about par for the course with Brainerd, right?
Oh my God, it was the most Karen thing a city could do. Like if a city could be Karen, that was my city last night.
Then he changed his mind.
And then he changed his mind. So like it was, you noticed it, I think probably earlier than I did. Because I think that came out, what, like around 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so originally he said at around 4 o'clock, yeah, I'm going to do this because we can't tolerate this lack of leadership in Minneapolis, so we're going to sue them for the cost of protecting our city. Nothing happened in Carmel. People, like 50 people, I think, protested our downtown, and they were fine. It was fine. So there was no need to sue anybody for protection, but this is what our mayor decided to do. And then there was like immediate backlash. Did you see all the backlash on Twitter?
Yes.
I mean, it was out of control.
And this guy's like he's a Republican, but he's like a big government. Like he believes climate change is going to destroy the earth and everything's electric and blue. He's also had like multiple issues with his driving, I think, over the years.
Really? What do you mean?
Like he's a terrible driver.
He's a terrible driver.
He's like wrecked like multiple like city cars and he's a goof.
This was a dumbass move by him. It just I was embarrassed to be from Carmel when that came down. And then within a couple of hours, it didn't take much at all. It was like a half an hour after I noticed it and started tweeting about it. Then all of a sudden he comes back with another statement saying, you know what? I've had a change of heart. I don't think I'm going to sue just yet. Like, it's not totally out of the question.
He's reserving judgment.
Right.
Reserving judgment.
He's like, I'm going to hold on that for now, but I still think that, there's some accountability there. It was so dumb, for real. So, anyway, that's
Don't forget to do the template, by the way.
What do you mean?
You got a reminder that said you do the template. A little drop-down thing that came down, your little reminder.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's what I just dismissed.
Don't forget to do
that. Yeah, it's my turn to do the show lineup this week.
Thank you, Kim. It's coming. My hair is coming back in pretty.
Oh my God, his
good.
hair grows faster than anybody else.
I have incredible
I know.
testosterone. It's really amazing.
Okay. Did you have anything that you would like to say to the audience?
I would like to know, okay, this would be from the Facebook community, the Chicks on the Right world, if you will.
Yeah.
So last night in Indianapolis, the domestic terrorists came to the governor's mansion. And I was really disappointed that the governor didn't walk out in the middle of them and hug them and tell them how great they were, because earlier in the day he had said how great they were.
Was he not home?
Maybe he was in Brown County at his cabin. we don't his taxpayer-funded cabin. We don't know. He did nothing on Friday, nothing on Saturday as our city burned. But then Monday comes out and says how great the protesters are. Then they literally came to his house. Literally just walked right up to almost to his door, and he didn't come out. Anyway, the police end up, after these protesters are like saying they're going to kill the police, and they hate the police, and F the police, and the police hug them and start walking down the street with them. And my question is, like a month and a half ago, remember when the very nice business owners who just wanted their businesses back and their jobs back went to the governor's mansion and protested? They didn't get hugged. They didn't get told they were special. It really bothers me that we are treating domestic terrorists.
Well,
better than taxpayers.
those protesters weren't terrorists.
They were literally saying, "Kill the police, Mock."
Okay, well,
what do you call that?
That's not okay.
But
if they weren't violent, if they weren't doing anything that was illegal.
I heard from multiple people on that thread that they recognized some of those people that were there, and they were people that were involved in some of the stuff.
Really? Okay, well but I mean, right then and there, if they're not doing anything illegal, what did you want them?
They're doing something illegal. They're blocking the road. Like they were in the.
But that's part. I mean, blocking roads is kind of part of.
So let's go have a Holcomb Sucks rally and block the road. How long do you think that would work? I mean, I'm just so.
It's true that these protesters are being treated with way bigger kid gloves.
Yes.
Than the business owners, and everybody was all like, I just saw on Twitter there was somebody that actually said a day apart they showed a group gathered. I don't even know where, but there was like a group gathered for some sort of something, and the guy tweeted, "Look at this! Look at these idiots! These selfish idiots are not wearing masks, are not social distancing." The very next day, he took a picture of protests and was like, "Look at how beautiful this is."
I mean,
it's absolutely
people are like downtown here. These morons are laying down in the street shouting, "I can't breathe!" Stopping traffic, disrupting. I don't understand why after these people have burned our city, they've treated us like crap, that they keep getting treated better than like actual law-abiding citizens. Where's the hugs for the business owners who have their lives destroyed? Ran over. This is my contribution. Thanks.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot more ranting on the show today, which you should definitely listen to. Again, 9 to 11, WIBC.com if you're not right here in Indianapolis. And Daisy's petting cows right now. So jealous because I told her, like, because normally we'll send each other the show lineup even if we're not here. And so I texted her yesterday and I was like, I'm not sending you the show lineup because then I know you're going to look at it, which means you're going to be working, and that is not okay. You're supposed to be completely disconnecting and focusing on the cows. And so she responded with a picture of a cow. It was so cute. So anyway, totally missing her. And I'll check back in with you guys maybe later in the week. Maybe we'll do like a Q&A type of thing. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I will give you a big hug. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.